G'day everyone, we're back with our Sharing for Success sessions with Sarah from Sarah Curtis Mortgages. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Tell me a little bit about you and your company.
A little bit about me and my company. Well, I am obviously Sarah from Sarah Curtis Mortgages. In Sarah Curtis Mortgages, we have myself, my husband, Sean Curtis, and we also have our business partner, Gareth, who works with us remotely. He's actually based down in Auckland.
Yep.
So we're quite used to doing a lot of Skype and online meetings, which has turned out to be quite good over the last few weeks. It's quite business as usual for us. I started doing this 3 years ago. Both Sean and Gareth and I have all come from banking backgrounds. So I think we added it all together and we got to about 50 years worth of banking experience between the three of us, which is quite a lot of time. Yeah, so we work with clients. We specialize in Northland just because we have such a passion to help Northlanders succeed in their home buying journey. But we have clients all the way from Invercargill, all the way up to Cape Reinga, basically. So we cover all spectrums.
Brilliant. And during the COVID level 4 period, what services are you continuing to offer?
Well, we can really still do everything. The good thing with us is that we have been set up online for a long time. When I started this business, it was with a weeks-old baby attached to me. So I used to do quite a lot of calls with Blake down here where people couldn't see, and processing everything online. The good thing is with what we do is we have everything's downloadable, all our forms are emailable. We've just actually, the provider that we work with has come out with an online form. So if I'm Skyping clients like this, I can actually pull that document up on the screen and type through the application with the clients.
Great.
So really, there's not a lot that's changed for us. We're just at the home office rather than the town office, and we spend a bit less money on coffee.
And so key advice for your clients at the moment, what can you pass on to them?
Key advice for our clients at the moment has really been around the communication piece.
Mm-hmm.
So don't ever stop talking. A lot of people, when it comes to finances, freak out a little bit. We're quite bad in New Zealand about not talking about our finances, but it's crucial in this time to make sure that you continue that communication. And saying that, the banks are incredibly hard to get hold of at the moment.
Yeah.
We've had 24, 48-hour waiting times. So we've obviously been under the pump a little bit as well. But I think just knowing that someone will be in touch with you is really good. Making sure, that if you're struggling with payments, that people know. If you know you're not going to get paid, preempt those conversations so that you're not on the back foot. Most of what's happening, the banks completely understand, the finance companies completely understand where everyone is at, and no one wants to see anybody in a situation where they're losing their house or they're losing their car or they're losing their business. Everyone really wants to get behind New Zealanders to make sure that they come out of this okay.
Yeah, I think that that partnership approach is really working well for people. So let people know what's going on within your business, within your life, and so they can plan as well. And that way we'll all come out of this really well together.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and engaging with staff, clients, suppliers, how are you doing that at the moment?
So like I say, Sean obviously normally sits next to me, so engaging with him is quite easy.
Sure.
We are obviously juggling, the kids are at home at the moment, so we're a little bit of a tag team. So he has his afternoon blocked out to work this afternoon where he'll be hammering through some stuff and I'll be with the kids. Gareth, we're really lucky, is obviously down in Auckland, so it's pretty much business as usual for him, except for he just can't pop out to get some lunch. So yeah, we're really lucky with the whole side of staffing.
Yep.
It's been pretty much same as usual. We have found the really good thing has been there's been a lot more online training. Normally up in Northland, we're a little bit isolated. So in the weeks leading up to the lockdown, we had been down in Auckland, I think 4 times in a 6-week period, just to make sure that we were on top of training and the regulations that were meant to be coming out in July. Yes. Which have been pushed back to next year now. So we were spending a lot of our time down in Auckland engaging in that, where now it's all come online. So obviously that's saving us 3.5 hours worth of travel down, 3.5 hours worth of travel back. So for us, it's actually been a really, really positive step.
Yeah, that's it. That's great.
Yeah.
Any changes from the government you're seeing at the moment that you could pass on to people that could be relevant, especially in that mortgage sector?
Yeah, so there's a lot. There's a lot of changes. One of the things that we're finding are that there's not a blanket approach, and nor should there be. It's something that is really an individual case by case basis. So everyone hears mortgage holiday, and at the start it was kind of this big savior. We have talked to a lot of our clients in the last couple of weeks, and we've actually found that a lot of those clients coming into the conversation thinking, I need a mortgage holiday, about 80% of them don't. So it's more around having a plan around, it could be, let's see what these next 4 weeks look like, and then this is the course of action we're going to take. Or actually, with the drop down of your expenses from you being at home, could we afford to look at doing interest only? The banks have pretty much said they will do what you ask for. So if you can prove you've been impacted by COVID-19, you will get either one of those three options: the mortgage deferment, we like to call it, rather than the mortgage holiday, because obviously you're still paying for it in the long run. There's the interest only option, and then there's also the third option of looking at extending that loan term.
Okay.
So those are the government liaised options with the banks. And obviously then it's just working through, if you need any of those options, which one of those options works for you. And it doesn't have to be going straight for that mortgage holiday option. We can work through the stages of those.
Okay. So the key message I'm hearing is talk to your banks, talk to your mortgage brokers, and there's probably not as much rush to do it as people might have thought. We've got a little bit of time. Let's plan for it and do it the best way possible.
Yeah, absolutely. What we don't want is everyone jumping on the bandwagon now, getting this mortgage deferral or this mortgage holiday option, and then in 6 months' time panicking when everything goes back to normal.
Yeah.
So it really needs to be about thinking about the future and how it's going to impact your finances. We don't want this 6 months to impact your next 20 years.
Yeah, that's great. Business book. What's your favorite business book, Sarah?
Oh, business book. Oh my gosh. I try to not read business books, and I try to read other books because I read so much information coming through from the banks. I'm trying to think of what the last business book I read Cain and Abel. I just finished Cain and Abel. Does that count?
It does, absolutely.
He's a banker.
Definitely.
So it's got to be that. It was an amazing, it's the fastest book I think I've ever read. I read it in 5 days on my phone.
There you go. No, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. And what are you doing to keep upbeat with you and the family?
We tried to roll the first few days of just going with the flow and seeing what happened. My most hated word is busy, but we had been non-stop for those few weeks leading up with the going to Auckland and the dealing with everything else that was kind of going on in life. Yeah. So we took those first few days just literally as a breather, and we've just kind of kicked into a little bit of a routine with the kids. So we're trying to do the normal breakfast stuff, and then they do a little bit of yoga, and then we go outside and we play for a bit, and then next week school holidays is finished, so then we'll be kicking into a bit more of a routine around Bayleys schooling and things like that. But I think just trying to make sure that they're having that connection time is really important, because life is so different for them. Blake's 2, he's got no idea what's going on. He just wants to go to daycare and see his mates. Bailey's 5, she's got a bit more clue about it and just knows that we've got to stay home because of the virus and the lockdown. But we've been really lucky that we have my parents are included in our bubble. So when Sean and I are beyond, we've been very lucky to get assistance in that regard. So yeah,
it certainly helps. Hey, that's fantastic. So that's Sarah Curtis from Sarah Curtis Mortgages. If you need your help, I'll include a link to her website. Give her a call. She's fantastic to deal with. Had some clients who highly recommended her to me. And thanks again for your time.
Thanks so much, Ed.